What's up guys, Sarah Winstead here, bikini athlete and coach for Pro Physique. Today I have a requested video from you guys. It's the holiday season. We are finally here. I'm so excited to celebrate with family and friends over the next couple of months. But also I get a lot of questions from clients. How do I navigate the holidays? How do I go through this without anxiety, without stress? I already have enough anxiety and stress during the holidays. I don't need to add food on top of it. It's just like, I got you guys. And today I'm here with some good tips, some good tricks, and some things to think about as we go into this holiday season. So kicking things off right now, speaking of season, asking your coach and evaluating as well on your own if you don't have a coach, what season that you're in. Are you currently dieting? Are you wrapping up a dieting phase? Are you looking to diet over the holidays? Because I definitely have some thoughts on that, on how you could possibly do it, but how it may not be the most realistic and sustainable thing for a lot of people. Are you in maintenance? Are you reversing? I do take a lot of my clients through a reverse diet a little bit before the holidays start, or at least during the holidays, because it gives them more food flexibility. Again, taking some of that anxiety out of things as well, but evaluating where you are and kind of what your goals are over the season. Is it just I want to make it through without gaining 30 pounds? Totally a great goal to have. I want to go into it with a mindful approach. I don't want to have food fears going into social events. These are some great goals to have and some goals to talk about your coach with, that they can help kind of craft even some more tips and tricks to help you kind of based upon what your schedule is like, what your situations are, and just help you navigate that. So before we dive in, I encourage you guys to, again, evaluate your season, seeing where you are, and evaluating what's possible. And one of the reasons why I say it's not probably the best time to diet over the holidays, just because it can be very difficult from a sustainability and adherence and a consistency standpoint to diet over the holidays. Some of us may want to look really, really good in like a Christmas dress, but again, what is that worth to you? It may be worth it for you to maybe diet for a couple of weeks or do a mini cut for a few weeks or anything like that if you're taking like a Christmas vacation. But again, evaluating it, looking at the calendar, seeing when you can definitely stay on track, when you would need untracked meals, and then evaluating the day, is that even worth it to you for just maybe a couple of pounds? And maybe I'd rather honestly more so focus on maintenance, building muscle mass, working on that positive mindset around the holidays and reducing your anxiety as well. But again, everyone's different. But again, talk to your coach about those kinds of things too. And then the second one, like I mentioned before, is the calendar. Evaluating over the next 60 days, how many meals do you foresee yourself having that are going to be either loosely tracked, on track, or need to be untracked? Because in the end, it's really not that much. Could be Thanksgiving Day, one meal. Could be Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, one meal each. And then maybe New Year's Eve. And then maybe if you have there could be a fifth meal in there, maybe a holiday party with your people at work or something like that as well. So I would say 5 meals, not days, meals out of however many other meals. It's probably close to 150, 200 meals. That's still a really, really good overall progress estimator. If you were just being like, hey, I just want to untrack those for these meals, and then the rest of the time I'm going to be on it, eating my protein, eating my veggies, getting my good workouts in and things like that. But for these meals, I want to be untracked. That's totally a realistic goal to have. And again, something to talk with you about your coach. But lay it out on a calendar. See when you want to have those untracked meals or untracked, occasions, and then see when can you stay on track. When would it make sense? Maybe if you have like a holiday luncheon, would that be an occasion where you're just like, I can track this, I can loosely track this, I can mostly stay on track. That may not be an occasion, or may not be worth enough to you from a mental capacity of just like, hey, it's just a holiday luncheon. I'm good. I'm going to have some turkey and some ham and a salad and some vegetables and a side of fruit and maybe like some fun food that I don't get very often. Maybe I'll put that on my plate too. And so evaluating the calendar, because it can be very daunting being like, oh goodness, there's so much to do. But when you put pencil to paper, it may look a little bit different for you. And also going into these meals, like I mentioned, like with a holiday luncheon, there's all different styles of meals for the holidays. Is it a buffet where you don't really know what's going to be there? Is it a potluck where you could possibly bring something or contribute something to the actual meal that's going to, fit within your macronutrients, fit within your goals for that day? For me, I always bring the vegetables. We have enough casseroles and enough other things going on in my family. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bring vegetables and maybe a salad because we need some greenery in here too to help balance everything out. And it can be great to even just offer the host up to bring something. And then of course, it can be very macro friendly. I have my sugar-free syrup out here. I'll use that if I do like some carrots and squash, roast them in the oven and drizzle that on top instead of like the full honey or the full maple syrup. That way it tastes very similar to what they would normally get, but it's macro friendly. It works for me, and it's an easy switch, an easy thing that I can positively contribute into the holiday gathering. It's a huge hack, I say, for potlucks. Always contribute to bring something that you digest well and that works for your goals and works for your macros. And then of course, if it is like a buffet style of things, you guys know this. If you've been, following me for a while, picking and choosing your indulgences is something like that, like a buffet. Being like, okay, they're going to have my protein covered. They're going to have a ham or a beef or a pork or, a turkey, obviously, if it's going to be Thanksgiving. You're going to be covered on protein there. Cool, got that down. Now, that's a third of your plate. Perfect, protein, done. And then a third of your plate, something colorful. That's where I say vegetables, salad, fruit, something that's going to give you some color for that day. Third of your plate, an indulgence of some kind, a fun food that you may not get very often, a holiday food. For me, that is my mother-in-law's sweet potato casserole. Like, I absolutely love it. I'm going to have my little scoop on my plate, but it's going to be that one scoop, and it's going to be fantastic. And that helps kind of with those portion sizes, because sometimes we may load up our plate at buffets where we're just like, oh my goodness, I took way too much food and now I feel like I have to eat all of it. No. Third of your plate, those fun foods, those indulgences, because that, again, manage the portion sizes. And when you do those indulgences, I encourage you to try this trick. Take a bite of it. Something you've never had before, or an old family recipe, or something like that that you're trying very new. Take a bite of it, stop, pause, wait. Do I really like this? Ask yourself that question. Because just because it's on your plate, you don't have to eat it. And if you think, oh, these are really, really good, like scalloped potatoes, but, I may make my own that are a little bit better, or I'm just not feeling it today, or this concoction, this casserole, this broccoli cheese casserole, I'm just like, I thought it was going to be good, but maybe it's not. Or maybe it is. Great, wonderful, enjoy your portion. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. Don't feel pressured from other people around you just because it's on your plate that you have to eat something, or that you have to eat everything in sight because it's a holiday. That's where people, I think, put too much weight on these kinds of occasions. It's a meal, it's a day, because at the end of the day, my next tip, family memories matter. They matter. This is a great time of year to celebrate with family and friends. Those matter a whole hell of a lot more than what's on your plate in front of you. Now, if it's a family recipe that you want to enjoy that you may not get very often, like I mentioned, my mother-in-law's sweet potato casserole, then of course, enjoy it, eat it, you're looking forward to it. Pick and choose what you want to actually spend your macros on and spend your calories on, but also don't forget about the memories. Don't make it all about the food. That's why I like coaching with my clients and knowing the situations they're going to be in and being social during the holidays and being like, okay, well here, this is a great time to stay on track. Well here, you're going to bring something so that we know you're covered there as far as that goes. And then for here, we're just going to save half of our calories, half of our fats, and half of our carbs for the day. Not calories overall, but half carbs and half fats to go into this meal and take some anxiety out of it. I like equipping my clients with a plan and encouraging them to be flexible in the moment, problem solve, think, and slow down. That's why I say slow down. Be mindful during that meal. Enjoy it. Talk to people. Take a drink of water. All these kinds of things. These little tips and tricks can hopefully be really helpful for you guys as you go into the holidays. But yes, so I talked about, building your plate, picking and choosing your indulgences. Those are great things to have when you do have something. Take a moment. Figure out if you actually enjoy it. If you do, eat it, eat your portion, enjoy it, and then move on with your day. However, sometimes we may go over. We may, accidentally overindulge or find something that's really, really good. We may have seconds of or anything like that. We may just kind of, overshoot our numbers for the day. It happens. The goal of this season is not to be perfect. My goal for my clients is always progress, not perfection, because I want you to learn from these instances. I want you to learn from situations. That's the only way you grow and you change, is if you're constantly learning and evolving over time. And there's going to be occasions where you just go massively over. You're just like, oh crap, I sat in front of the TV while we're watching a football game, and I, on Thanksgiving Day, and I ate all the mashed potatoes and I got seconds without even thinking about it. It's okay. Get right back on track the next meal or the next day if it's like, of course, at the end of the day. And learn from it. Find out what happened. Was it a trigger food for you? Was it the fact that you were just mindlessly eating in front of the TV? Okay, great. These are things that we can definitely work on if you happen to go overboard. But what I don't want you guys to do is to slash the rest of your tires on the car. When one flat tire happens, don't slash the rest of them, because that just sets you up for even more failure along the way. And then we just get deeper and deeper and deeper. And then you feel guilty and you're just like, oh my goodness, I'm rolling out of here. And now what am I going to do? I'm just going to say, fuck it. And then we're just going to go on the holidays and I'm just going to say, fuck it. And that's when you don't take them with your coach. It's a slippery slope. And so I encourage you guys, if you get a flat tire, don't slash the rest of them. Get right back on it. Learn from that experience and then move on and talk to your coach about it, because I guarantee you they're going to have some even more improvements to make and even more tips for you guys as you move through the holiday season. Also, I mentioned before about not, relying on your habits during the holiday season. Continue to train hard. I love the Black Friday, day of Thanksgiving, I'm hitting glutes. That is going to be my workout, because I know that I'm having my sweet potato casserole, I'm having probably a couple of bites of dessert, I'm having a dinner roll, and I'm going to put all those carbs to something positive. Don't try to cardio things off, or again, that guilt and that shame causes that negative cycle over and over again. Put it towards some positive use. And even, maybe after Thanksgiving Day or after Christmas Eve, go for a walk. Go for a walk. It helps with digestion. It can help get things moving. That way we're not just eating a huge meal and then just sitting on the couch and doing nothing. Encourage your family. Hey, let's go take a lap around the neighborhood. See some of the trees. Enjoy the fall air and things like that as well. That can be very nice and even more memory time. Very important, as I mentioned, to make some of those fun memories with friends and family. Go for a walk, train hard, continue to embrace those kinds of habits. Still hit your water, still hit your steps, still get great sleep. Check all the boxes, because if the only variable thing during this season is going to be the amount of food you take in for a few meals, and you're checking the boxes about everything else that you need to be doing to make yourself up for success, then that's going to be a fantastic holiday season. And lastly, celebrate this time and your improvements over maybe this time last year. So if this time last year you were pretty down on yourself and you had that, F it mentality of just screw it, it's the holidays, I'm just going to eat whatever the hell I want and I'll just get back on track in January. And in this year, you've changed the habits as far as I'm going to stay accountable to a coach or to a friend or to a family member. I'm going to, embrace the third of your plate mentality of building a solid plate for myself, but enjoying myself in the holidays. If you're doing that this year and you execute that plan, celebrate that. That's a great thing to do. I love celebrating wins with my clients, big and small, because it encourages you guys to build that momentum and then keep going and then learn from every single occasion, every single social time that you guys have. So I think that takes care of everything as far as navigating the holidays go, but I think you guys hopefully took some good tips and some good tricks here with regards to navigating everything and, just making it through the holidays, but enjoying the holidays, enjoying this time with friends and family, because this is the season. So hope you guys enjoy your holidays. Comment below any further questions that you may have for me. Shoot me an email as well if you guys have any questions, but if not, I'll catch you on the next video.